All right, Recon Athlete, episode 124. Chris Sanchez, Paul Rodriguez. Welcome back, Paul.
Good evening.
How are you?
Doing well. Celebrating my birthday month still.
Word.
So I'm, off today for the Veterans Day. Thank you for all the servicemen and women out there who have served our country. Thank you.
Absolutely. Shout out to all the veterans out there. And shout out to Zach Lucetto, who will show up at some point. The kid. We had a nice little episode.
I like that, man. I like it a lot.
That was Zach.
I like that.
Chris and the kid.
I like it.
All right, man. That's cool. Let's see here. Got my watch party going. There it is. There's BJ. What up, BJ? We finally made a trade with BJ. He's been pestering me. Or it's just like he's pestering everybody about making trades. He claims I just like to make trades. All right, man. We all know what you're doing, dude. But hey, I traded him Mike Davis for Zach Mossa.
Yeah, I think that was a really good trade for you.
I mean, it's whatever. It's fine. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Talk a little Cowboys. Talk about Longhorns. Both are on a bye this week. For the Cowboys, mercifully, they're on a bye. Although they did, show some heart. Made some plays. Had a chance to win at the end of the game. I mean, that's all you can really ask, right? Of this Dallas Cowboys team, to have a chance to win and beat the undefeated Pittsburgh Steelers at home. I mean, that was pretty good.
I mean, Pittsburgh played horribly, but
they did.
I want to say congratulations to the officials for handing them 3 points before the half and calling some very questionable calls in the fourth quarter for Pittsburgh and against Dallas, or not for Dallas. Highly questionable. But, they won.
For example?
The horse collar tackle sack on Garrett Gilbert by Cam Hayward. The clear roughing the passer when Garrett Gilbert was struck in the face, similar to the call that was called in favor for Ben Roethlisberger when a hand glanced over Ben Roethlisberger's helmet. Those two calls you can pair together, and one was called and one was not. The Cam Hayward horse collar was not called. And as for the 3 points before halftime, a dead ball penalty was called for Pittsburgh, thereby nullifying the attempt, which was missed by the Steelers kicker. Reloaded it since it was a dead ball foul. No play was supposed to occur. Replay the down, move them 5 yards back, and they make it at that time.
Mm-hmm.
So those 3 points, I think, were pivotal going into half. Steelers played horribly. I mean, any Steelers fan's going to admit that. Mm-hmm. But they won. You got to give them credit for the win.
Yeah. And Garrett Gilbert did well. He did well enough. BJ says he played with heart. I mean, he did. The defense played well. Trevon Diggs broke his foot, so we're not going to have him. That kind of sucks. He was turning it on.
Awuzie has been activated from IR, so that's kind of you gain one, lose one.
Yeah, and that's kind of been that, and that has been the story of the season for Dallas Cowboys.
100%.
So, bye week this week. The Cowboys need it. I also made a trade in my other league involving Ezekiel Elliott.
Interesting. Do tell.
I traded. What did I get? I got Ezekiel. Oh, it was a 1-for-1. I gave up Kareem Hunt for Ezekiel Elliott.
So you gained Elliott and gave up Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Today's NFL today.
Yeah.
I think that's a fair trade.
Right. That's what I said. Yeah. My buddy Cullen, shout out Cullen. He texted me. It was like Zeke for Hunt, and I was like, sure. And he goes, and I go, I made the offer, and he texted me back. And I was here at home, so I was on my phone, and so I sent him the offer right away.
Yeah.
And he accepted. He goes, "That was the easiest trade I've ever made in my life."
Hey, if you don't ASK, you don't GET. So I'm just gonna leave it like that.
So I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Cowboys are going into a bye. So he needed help this week at running back
for sure.
In that league, I'm on the outside looking in as far as the playoffs go. So I need to make a move. You know what I mean? If I can. Luck into a win this week, and Zeke might be able to help me, going down the stretch. So, you got to, I'm 3-6. I have to win 4 in a row basically to
make a move
to have any kind of chance. So I was like, okay, I make something happen.
Right.
So that's what I did. But the Cowboys, back to them. After the bye week, Andy Dalton or Garrett Gilbert? Who do you think we'll see under center first snap?
I think it's pretty clear. The Jones family's made it very clear. Andy Dalton's going to be who their guy is.
Yeah.
Barring any catastrophic turnovers that he may have, maybe Gilbert comes back in, but I think it's so long for DiNucci.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think it's so long for DiNucci.
You think he's going to practice squad or get cut? Practice squad, right?
I think Cooper Rush may go back to the practice squad, depending. They're probably going to see who's going to play out for that role. But you're not really losing much if you're cutting a 7th-round pick.
Yeah, it's true.
From James Madison, FCS school.
But I think it's kind of unfair to him a little bit. I mean, don't you think?
Yeah, but this is the NFL. It's like, what can you do?
Yeah, I mean,
Garrett Gilbert was in the same position 6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, but
he bounced around and he found his way up.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't. You know, he got drafted and then, you know, he didn't have an off season. You didn't have preseason. You know, I mean,
he can go train, and then when the XFL pops up in 2022, maybe he can make a go at a tryout.
Yeah. Shout out to Wes. He says, "What's up from the Boulevard?" He also said, "Play them both." And they were pretty busy up there. How's he doing this? He's doing it.
Hey, man.
He's a multitasker. What's up, kid?
He's a Renaissance man.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
What up?
What's going on, dude?
Nothing.
Been doing curls or what?
That's just how it is.
Yeah.
Girls for the girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I actually didn't go to the gym today. I thought about it. I was off today.
Oh yeah, y'all were off, huh?
Yeah.
But you go to Gold's, right? Or don't you have like 2 or 3 different?
Yeah, I go to Gold's or I go to this place called House of Gains in Georgetown.
Is that like a CrossFit?
Nah, it's like a warehouse type gym.
Hardcore.
Yeah.
Do they have the free weights, like the little standalone things, like where you don't have a cage for the squat machine? You just have the little standalone things.
Yeah, they got it all, man. They got it all over there.
That's
they
hardcore.
got 100-pound plates.
Shit.
Not for me, but they got them there.
I don't need that.
They got hella chains.
Yeah.
Man, that's serious.
Wes said he's working and he beat Zach to the podcast.
Wes needs to be careful. He's gonna drop a AirPod in someone's drink.
Wait, did that happen?
No.
Oh.
No.
That's probably how he's listening.
That's some kind of intel Zach would find out. Like, oh yeah, you drop AirPods in people's drinks.
Yeah. Shout out to Reed, get on the watch party. Shout out Texas Point Outdoors. Check out TexasPointOutdoors.com. You get some stuff for Christmas.
Bro, for real.
Might have to check it out.
I've been setting up Papa Romy. I'm like, hey, do you like that hat? Because he likes to mow his grass.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. I was like, well, let me have that one. I go, I'll see what I can do. So I might surprise him.
Oh, okay.
We'll see.
Yeah. I already started a little bit of Christmas shopping, so done a few things.
Did y'all put a Christmas tree in here?
Yeah, I'm gonna put one over here. I should go ahead and do it. I'll do it for Saturday. Is it too early?
Hell no.
Nah, that's not too early, right? Nah, I don't think so. It's 2020, dog. Like I want to get to Christmas and the end of the year as fast as possible, right?
For real.
Zach, any opinion on the Dallas Cowboys, how they played against the Steelers on Sunday?
I didn't watch.
You didn't watch it?
No.
It was a good game though. Did you watch any highlights?
I haven't. I haven't really watched much.
Did you watch any NFL? I mean, because I know your Packers played last Thursday, so
yeah. So I was kind of tuned out. Didn't watch much.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm usually working during
I watched some of that. I watched some of that Saints Bucks game.
Ooh, why?
I had to turn it off. No, I'm serious. I don't turn off games.
Yeah,
I had to turn that one off in the third quarter.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. I was kind of in and out on that one. I went to a going away party for one of the East Side guys. He's going to the Navy. Shout out to Youngblood. Appreciate your service and appreciate the service of Reed Coleman, by the way, as well. His former Marine.
That's right.
But yeah, so when Youngblood, he's going to the Navy. I think he's shipping out tomorrow. So we went down to the corner bar and hung out there for a little while. So I was watching, some of the game. Dude. That Monday, that was the Jets in New England game. That game was
Monday night.
Yeah, that game was crazy.
Yeah, it was more tolerable than that Saints game.
The Saints, I don't understand what happened to that game. Like I watched a little bit of it. I was kind of tired from working that day. I was just like, and I looked and I saw the score and I was like, what's happening? Like Drew Brees just owned Tom Brady or what?
It's not even fun to watch. Like in the years past, you'd watch like the Chiefs or the Ravens or something blow somebody out, and it'd be fun to watch. Like just throwing the ball all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
All they do is just throw the ball in the flat again and again and again and again and again, and that's not fun to watch.
I think it was kind of like how the Breeze is just taking what he was going to get. It's like, you want to give me everything underneath?
That's what he wants, though.
Yeah, I agree, because I think his arm is a little suspect right now. But, I mean, when you get everything underneath and it's free like that and you get to the end zone, like, just turn Kamara loose. And then the big distraction, Mike Thomas, you just distract everybody. And it seems that's kind of going to be their golden ticket to get to the playoffs. And, I mean, it's looking like the NFC is going to run through either New Orleans or Green Bay. I think it's going to run through Green Bay. I really think so.
You think you're writing off Tampa Bay?
I'm saying home field advantage for those two teams.
Okay.
You still think they're going to win the Super Bowl?
Not right now. I think what's happening in that locker room is, I think there's a power struggle between Bruce Arians and Tom Brady about whose style is gonna prevail. Because I think Tom wants to be like dink dunk, take underneath, and then once every other game or once every other series, we'll throw it deep. But you got to have the run game to get that going. And Bruce Arians is like, let's just throw it deep every single time. And I don't know what's going to work out for them.
Well, I mean, and here's the thing. I mean, when you're Arians, I mean, that's just an ego thing. It's like, dude, let Tom Brady. I mean, this man has won multiple Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Let him take over, man. If he wants to run the team the way he wants to run you're not on the field, bro. Like, give him the guys that he wants. Give him the plays that he wants. Let him take you to the promised land.
Yeah, and it just seems like too with Gronk, like I think they could really exploit Gronk on matchups, but I think they're hindering him. They want him to run precise routes, and it's like, just let him go play.
Yeah.
And I just think it's a struggle, and the running game too. Like, that offensive line needs to figure out how they're going to get the ball moving on the ground for them to be more successful.
Yeah, and they need to figure that. I mean, and you have two very good running backs.
Well, I think that's
like
that's their
Ronald
problem.
Jones and Leonard Fournette.
I think that's their problem on offense is they have so many pieces they don't know who to use. So there's no like consistency because they're not. Everybody has to get their touches. So it's not like, I mean, we kind of saw it with Texas where Keontae Ingram was out, so it really got to be the Bijan Robinson show, which it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're at Tampa Bay, you have all of these pieces, all these receivers, all these tight ends, all these running backs,
yeah.
and you're not picking who you're going to roll with, and then thus no one is performing at the level that all these big names should be. And that's
I guess maybe that's where the coach comes in, because Bill Belichick would say, "Hey, this is going to be a Mike Evans game.
Yep.
This is going to be a Rob Gronkowski game. This is going to be a Godwin game. This is going to be a Ronald Jones game. This is going to be a Leonard Fournette game," because he will take that weakness of the defense and exploit it. And it doesn't seem like they're doing that.
And I think that's what Tom wants to do.
Yeah.
I think that's what Tom wants to do. And old head coach is getting in the way with Bruce Arians, kind of just trying to. It's like maybe it's the ego thing. He's just trying to put his little control on it. And the other thing too is what's going to happen when AB doesn't get his touches. That's another thing I think we need to kind of think about.
I don't know. I don't think AB's going to be. I don't know.
I mean, they tried to
He's
get
a
him
wild
going
card.
a little bit
Wild
early,
card.
but it did not work late. And the other thing too is that offensive line, like they do real good for one game and they play off the next. And there needs to be more consistency there, I think, for them to be successful. But if Tom can get things under control on the offense, I mean, I think they'll be all right. But that defense too, they need to come to play, but they can't be on the field and all game trying to stop somebody.
But I think there's also like Tom is, especially when he was in New England, he would have a bad game and everybody would be like, "Oh, Tom Brady's done."
The only thing. Oh yeah, that for sure happened. The only thing, and this is kind of tying into my thought here, is Bruce Arians did come down and criticize Tom pretty harshly after that game publicly.
Well, that's because he's an idiot.
Well, I think that may be him trying to fire Tom up to kind of, maybe that's what makes Tom tick like it did in New England.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Belichick was such a, real stringent with him and real critical. Maybe that chip on his shoulder is what he needs, and get reminded, hey, you were 199, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And then he can go out there and ball. I mean, granted, he's 48 years old. Not really. But it's just him needing a little bit of motivation. Maybe he'll find it.
What?
Anything else? Nope. Shout out Emo. Emo's on here. He says Dolphins.
I can't call you Flipper because they're winning.
They are winning.
Yeah, they're winning pretty well too. They're handily winning.
I mean, I guess, dude.
For NFL.
Yeah. I mean,
Tua seems to be a dude, man.
yeah.
He seems to be a dude.
This is gonna, but this is. I don't believe in it yet because they haven't seen him. Nobody's seen him. So now that he's got a tape, now that there's tape,
next year will be interesting.
Well, even this next couple of weeks might be interesting.
Yeah.
Now that there's tape, so but we'll see. I can't remember who they're playing this week.
We won't see. It's the Dolphins. Ain't nobody gonna see.
I don't know, man.
We'll hear about it.
They've been doing. Nobody will see. Yeah.
Email and let us know.
Yeah. All right, Recon Athlete, episode 124. Chris Sanchez, Paul Rodriguez, Zach Lucero. Zach, you brought up Texas, who is also on a bye. They get 3 bye weeks. They were kind of. I mean, this was almost a gift of a game. Did you watch a little bit? Did you watch highlights?
Nope.
No highlights.
No highlights.
Did you read about it?
Wait, this was Oklahoma State, right?
No, West Virginia.
West Virginia. No, I didn't watch any highlights.
Did you?
Bijan Robinson went for like 100 something, right?
Believe so.
Yeah, okay. I read that.
Yeah.
Box score.
The end
Sam
of the
Ehlinger.
game. End of the game could be considered controversial. What?
Kind of stinks.
Does he? I don't know, man. He's got he hit 10,000 yards in the Big 12. He's climbing up the Big 12
played every game.
Big 12 records. He's got yards and touchdown passes and all this other stuff. So
Texas doesn't develop their talent.
So I mean, I don't know, but I thought Longhorns benefited from what could have been a pass interference call at the end of the game. Granted, they let him play the ball, or he didn't play the ball. Let them play the play. So West Virginia should have had another chance.
They were in Austin.
Yeah, wasn't a very impressive win, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought they were. I predicted they would lose just with that early kick, and
you were right, dude. They didn't stop. I remember watching this game, and I was like, it was like 1:00, and I was like, this is when the Longhorns start playing, and sure enough, they finally woke up.
That's kind of when they wake up, and I think also that West Virginia's lack of firepower really is what hindered them from really competing in the game. But Texas let them hang around, which you can expect that. I think one way or another the rest of the year, like whoever Texas plays, they're going to hang around, and if Texas plays better competition, Texas will hang around, and then we'll see if it goes overtime.
And I just think that's kind of their MO too. Is it's either they hop out like really fast early and then start giving it up late, or they start out slow and then have to come back. And like you said, Paul, like either case, it's gonna be unnecessarily close. Whether that be unnecessarily close to losing or unnecessarily close to winning.
That's true. Shout out to Steven Angiano. He said he's recording all Texas games after that OU loss.
Yep, me too.
To save time.
I'm not recording, but
to save
the same thing
to save him from wasting his time. And I understand that because that OU game was almost 5 hours long.
For unranked Oklahoma.
Yeah. I think that was forever. But right now,
for them to lose.
Yeah, for them to lose. Right now, the Longhorns. I mean, I think the latest projections is them to see North Carolina. In maybe like the
bowl
Cheez-Its
projections
Bowl.
are so dumb.
I know, but it's just fun.
It's entertaining
It's entertaining
for sure.
Yeah, especially when you're talking about seeing Mac Brown. So
I think they should have booked all the bowl games early.
Just do it now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, you can go ahead. I mean, because they're going to get one more win.
Texas.
Yeah.
But even if not, like
if not, yeah, let's just get the most
entertaining, or like the most revenue generating teams and put them in the big bowls.
Yeah.
Like even like who would be a good matchup? Like
For
USC and
Texas.
No, so like USC and Oklahoma State. Like if that on paper like comes out to be what like the Rose Bowl matchup should be, if they did like USC versus Texas, more people would watch.
Oh yeah.
Like they should just book, especially this year, just book the bowl games based on what's going to make you the most money.
Might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they're having the Masters in November, just because they need to make the money. So
yeah, Texas' next game next week is against Kansas. That'll be a W.
Yeah, that's a W.
Yeah.
And they need this week off because they had some injuries. Josh Moore went out. Wide receiver Keandre Coburn went down. The defensive tackle, I think he sprained an ankle. So, they had
big number 99.
Yeah, they had But that dude Sweat came in, played pretty well.
Yeah, he won like a conference player of the week on defense. I think.
Yeah.
You know who else is playing pretty well for Texas on the D line? Alfred Collins, the true freshman. And I'm going to make a prediction, and I don't know if this has already come out yet, but I think he'll be a freshman All-American just due to how much he's played.
Yeah.
And I think that's a lot of what kind of put into it.
And
he is impactful sometimes.
Yeah, when he decides to play.
That's fair enough.
He takes some plays off for sure.
That's fair enough.
You can tell. And he did that a lot at the beginning of the season because I was watching him. We watched him play.
Yeah.
At Cedar Creek. We watched him. Of course, watched him play, and we're just awed by there's just his massive size compared to all the other kids that he was playing against.
And I think that's still what it is at Texas. Like you look at him, you look at him, and then you look at Taquan Graham.
Okay.
And it's just their bodies are so different, and it's just like you could tell the one's been in college weights for 3-4 years, and the other dude is just country big.
Yeah.
He's a genetic freak.
Yeah, and what he needs to do is just hit the weight room, and also he needs to get a little mean streak in him.
Like just turn some size into strength. I think would be really big.
That and the mean streak.
Coaching.
Yeah, that mean streak because you can tell when he decides to play.
He turns it on.
He turns it on. He just whoever's in front of him, he just mauls him.
And he's 18. He's like 18, 19 freshman. True freshman.
He just mauls him. He's just like, roar.
Yeah.
It's like just it doesn't even matter like who's in front of him.
Just think last
just
year he
bowls
was
him
playing high
over.
school football.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like watching Larry Allen block people. Like
yeah.
he would just like
It is
get a hold of somebody
It
and
is
just
crazy
like
to think like
throw them out of the way.
Whenever you watch these like big name freshmen in college, to think like there was a kid that's in Kappa Sigma at UT that used to go to Bastrop that tried to block him last year.
Yeah.
Tried.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I don't know. So Longhorns got the win against Virginia. They're gonna have West Virginia. Sorry, they got Kansas,
Iowa State.
and then Iowa State, and then Kansas State.
Yep.
Who's Thanksgiving?
Iowa State.
Yep. So they could easily go 1-2.
I don't know if it's Thanksgiving Day, but it's on the 27th. That's all I know.
I believe it's Saturday. It's a Saturday. Game.
Okay.
Yeah, we were looking at it because I was at the meeting
So
for
not Thanksgiving.
I was at the meetings now. Well, it's Thanksgiving weekend.
Oh.
I was at the meetings last week for the restaurants, and we're kind of part of the meetings now, man.
Hey,
I know, man.
watch
I'm
out.
from watch
Hey,
out, way.
climbing the ladder.
I know, dude. Already, dude.
Dude, if you become a
Already.
manager and you start dressing like as nice as that dude that's a manager now, that'd be cool.
Oh, Moby.
Yeah.
Man, I can't dress as nice as Moby, dude. That dude's
Get some boots.
that dude's slick, full GQ. That dude's slick, bro. I'm actually might be doing the truck next week. I think we're doing next Tuesday.
Sweet.
We're gonna do the corner bar.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, we're gonna do like a taco night. So like you
What's
go
on
there.
the menu? What you thinking?
I think
Yeah, you don't got no
chicken.
tacos on the menu.
Chicken. Well, the east side does.
Oh.
So we do chicken and hopefully carne asada because they got some carne asada on the east side that's pretty good. Yeah. So we'll be doing that. We'll be doing that.
Some corn tortillas or what?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, corn for sure.
You're gonna be
So-
like yelling the numbers out for the orders.
Yeah,
There's a place in San Antonio, like a really poppin' like taco truck, and it's like you think of San Antonio taco truck. It's just like that, and this
What
the
do
way
they-
they be yelling the numbers.
How
Like
do they do it?
They can because they like don't know English really.
Uh-huh.
So they be like 21, 21.
So I need to do it like that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
do it like that.
You gotta say it in Spanish first, and then like realize no
21.
one else knows what you're saying, and
21.
then you have to try to say it in English.
21.
Yeah, just like that.
I'm gonna do it.
Heck yeah, dude. I'll come visit you if you do number
I'll
like
go
that.
get a drink just to hear you say that.
Yeah.
You make me number 21. I'll come get that.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, and we'll talk about it.
If
Yeah,
somebody
for
responded,
one order, Chris is like 21, and next order, sir, your food's ready.
and somebody like, "Órale pues,
Yeah.
ya me voy."
I'm gonna do it. Shout out to Jeff Lockery, the littlest of the Lockeries.
Okay.
Yeah. He's on the watch party now. He lives out in, I think it's North Carolina. He went out there for soccer scholarship and played soccer out there. He's the best soccer player out of all three of the Lockeries. And he coached for a little while. He played a little bit of a adult league, like semi-pro stuff.
Nice.
So shout out to Jeff. And he comes into town every now and then. and hopefully around the holidays. So
Yeah.
he's the best of the favorite Lockery. And the other two Lockeries will tell you that. Jonathan and Jeremy will both tell you that Jeffrey is the favorite Lockery.
Stirring it up.
Is it your favorite Lockery?
I don't. Yeah, probably. I don't know, man. The other two, man, they can be kind of mean. You know.
So he's your favorite one too.
Yeah. So shout out to Jeffrey. All right, let's see. Longhorns can go 1-2, lose to Iowa State, lose to Kansas State. Is Herman gone?
I think. Hold on. I think it'll tell the rest of the season by how they play Kansas.
Say that again.
I think it'll tell the other two games by how they play Kansas.
Okay, so
I think if they're shaky against Kansas, they're gonna drop one or two of the next ones.
Okay.
If they blow out Kansas like they're supposed to do, like they were supposed to do against UTEP,
Yep.
then I think it's on the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think anybody's getting fired, no matter what.
Yeah, see, that's kind of like because
really
because of the Oklahoma State win, because of this West Virginia win, even though they look shitty against those W's. Yeah, I think Herman saved his job
already.
Yeah, I really do.
Like the save your job bullet points are like piling up. Like the number one, you could say COVID.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to save a lot of people's jobs.
COVID.
Number two, you could say injuries. Number three, you could say Oklahoma State. And number four, you could say, look how close all of these games that I lost were.
Exactly, because that's what I was going to tie in. The point is like those losses were in overtime. And right now, if let's say Herman goes, let's say he goes 2-1, and let's say 1-2. Let's just be fair. If he goes 1-2 or 2-1, he drops one of the games basically out of the three, and he goes to a playoff. I'm sorry, he goes to not a playoff, not a bowl, and he wins the bowl.
It'll be just like the Georgia win.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
So Steven says, "Paul, you letting me down. Come on."
Hey, now if Herman goes 0-3.
Oh yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but Steven thinks that any loss and his last three that Herman's gone. But
I mean, I could see that. Now that report we talked about last week, or I talked about, about supposedly there's a verbal from Urban Meyer and a blank check by CDC or Del Conte asking donors. I don't know
if Urban Meyer's the coach next year, he was going to be the coach next year, whether they beat Oklahoma or not.
100%.
Right.
100%.
Okay. Fair enough.
And that decision was probably made after the Oklahoma loss.
But if you're Texas, the fan base doesn't want anybody else other than Urban Meyer.
100%.
If Tom Herman goes 0-3 these games and you don't get Urban Meyer next season, like just bring Tom Herman back, and it'll be the same narrative, but instead of you could say Sonny Cumbie's the head coach and that is going to turn things around. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be him, or else it's
kind of one guy or no guy.
Hugh Freeze? No. Not even Hugh Freeze?
Nope.
I'll take Dan Mullen.
BJ says Urban is coming.
All right, BJ.
He needs to go to Urban Outfitters. Is the only Urban that's coming to Texas.
He needs to trade in that truck for a Suburban.
Yeah, heck
He's
yeah.
had that truck forever.
Clever.
Had that truck forever. I don't know, man.
Oscar Mayer Wiener.
Mobile. What?
Yeah. What?
I really think that, let's say they beat Kansas, and I really think if they lose to Iowa State and Kansas State, I mean, there's going to be questions.
But there's been questions all year.
But if they go 1-2 and then just, And
to be honest, like how much have the questions heated up since the offseason?
Yeah. I think you're right, man. I think that number one COVID thing just going to trump everything, dude. Like it just doesn't even matter for almost anybody right now.
And I 0-3, I think he's out. I think based off of the loss to Kansas would be huge. And hell, I mean, if they lose to Kansas, it may be that game. It may be like, well.
But even when Charlie Strong lost to Kansas,
it's hard to say that. That's right. That's what I was going to bring up.
Got one more, so it's like we live in like a very one more society, Or like if you like it's very much cancel culture, but it's like we want to cancel you, but like do something wrong again, then we'll really cancel you.
Yeah. One more of everything. Yeah, one more round of COVID. And we got like four SEC games now that are
There's a lot.
canceled.
There's a lot, bro.
I think there's 4 SEC games now canceled because of COVID-19. Luckily, the Longhorns are off this week, so they don't even have that opportunity to get canceled or postponed or whatever. The Alabama LSU game, Texas A&M and Tennessee, and then there was a couple other ones.
Auburn, Mississippi State.
Yeah, I don't know the other one.
Georgia,
Missouri. I mean, that,
And is Wisconsin
I think-
playing yet?
They're back. They're barely back to having like in facility activities because, like, I think they were banned for so many days.
Ohio State, Maryland was canceled.
Yeah.
I mean,
See,
nuts,
that's
man.
why all these schools should have started
Oops.
on time,
Or
just because
everybody should have started at the same time.
in early,
Yeah.
because it was gonna get like this around the holidays, no matter what. Hey, did y'all see Notre Dame Clemson?
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see them storm the field after the game?
Yeah, everybody was giving Notre Dame crap about
So
that.
now at Notre Dame, they're requiring every student to get COVID tested, or else you can't sign up for classes.
Just
That's
like
for the next semester, though, right?
Yeah.
So right now they're just riding it out.
just like they're gonna make you
Well, I'm
take
sure
a COVID test to buy concert tickets.
Did you see that, Zach?
Yeah, I don't know.
You saw the
about that.
Ticketmaster
You
thing?
see that? Because I mean, you're the one that goes.
That's the first person I thought of when I saw that article.
You have to take get a
Or
COVID vaccine.
get the vaccine, right? I don't know which. I don't know
Here's
which one I
my
prefer.
COVID. Here's my COVID vaccine credential.
Yeah, here's
my
my
tickets.
here's my Bill Gates chip.
What if I already have tickets?
Nah, not gonna matter, dude, because you're gonna have to go to the.
You're gonna need a
You-
little. They want
yeah.
to see your card. You got your
Yeah.
chip.
They got your chip.
I
They're
got
gonna
my
put-
Tesla
they're gonna
chip.
Put your chip in you. You want an Elon Musk chip or a Bill Gates
I
chip?
want an Elon Musk chip.
Which one you want?
I don't want no
So you
chips.
can just-
I want,
so you can
I
just-
want chips and quesos.
So
What
you
I
can
want.
walk up and be like, beep, I'm in the building.
Like
Yeah.
double scan, like scan my ticket and scan my arm.
Yeah, and it could just be all in one.
Oh shoot, dude.
Yeah.
Like, here you go. That's some Gattaca. Remember Gattaca, that movie?
Yeah.
That's like what that Gattaca's like.
Or Idiocracy.
Would you rather
They
get?
had that little thing. They're
You would
like,
get,
you don't
you
have a
would get
tattoo.
COVID tested before you'd get the vaccine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And I feel like that's like not to get like political or whatever, but like
that's okay.
No, I do.
90% on a vaccine, like that's not that good, right?
I mean, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I mean, I think they only have to have like I think it's 60%.
Yeah, I think that
really?
sounds right.
60% efficacy. Yeah,
What did you say?
efficacy. Is that the word?
Oh, I don't know. I just never heard that word.
Yeah. Like it's
Official.
I thought it was like when you're like doing some shady stuff.
Yeah,
That's
if-
non-ethical,
no.
or like probably like Hispanic, maybe like Puerto Rican.
Yeah, like efficacy.
Yeah.
Efficacy. Way.
Cubano,
Yeah.
Haitian, Belize, efficacy.
Oh man. Oh, crazy. BJ says Del Valley High School was shut down, and Steven Agano says that COVID issues at Travis and Northeast.
In Cedar Park.
Yes.
So let's see. Jeffrey says no more concerts for me. Yeah, I also think, man. Like,
I asked him if he could turn in
Con-
his tickets and get like take a master credit. I'll take it.
I mean, like,
StubHub.
so the Notre Dame thing. Getting back to the COVID issue at the college level. I mean, that was a huge, like, them storming the field. And then, like,
Where were the security guards? Where was
but
the?
what are you gonna do?
the
Like,
yellow-
Yeah,
Sure,
yeah.
guys.
I mean that I've talked to like administrators for like some of the ISDs here, and they're like, don't film the student sections, don't film the student sections, and they're like, because I mean, like all you can do as a security person is be like, hey, don't storm the field.
Mhm.
Right.
And they're like, okay. Or like all you can do is as an administrator at these high school games is tell this student section like, hey, spread out.
Mhm.
Like, okay, spread out, and then turn around and move right back in. Like there's no way to enforce that stuff.
Nah, bro. And it's hard, man. Especially
Not
when
if
you're
you
talking,
want them to be there.
especially when you're talking about 18 to 21-year-old kids. 21,
But what if-
22. I mean, like,
Living their best life.
yeah, dude.
But what if nobody at Notre Dame gets it?
I'm
Somebody-
sure somebody
somebody's
is,
gonna
dude. And if they don't, and if nobody does, they're gonna put numbers in there just to scare people, fear.
Cooking the books.
Yeah. Shout out to BJ. He's going to bed. Says it's 8:30. Grandpa.
Hey, he's got to work in the
Yes.
morning.
That's true. I don't know. I just go to the gym in the morning. I don't go till like 8:30. So
That's crazy that you like every day you don't work until 5.
yeah, I like it though, man. I get a
I'm
lot.
I'm sure you do.
I get a lot done. I get a lot done, and then I work on the weekends and on Sunday. A lot done during the day, man. There's no
yeah,
traffic.
on the weekends not till 5.
Yeah, yeah.
Still.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Sundays I go in at 10. Work 10 to 5.
And would you rather work 2 weeks straight, your like normal schedule,
Yep.
2 weeks straight, including weekends, so 14 days in a row,
Right.
and then get the third week 7 days off in a row?
Hell yeah.
Just like they're doing oil fields.
Because weekends suck. If you think about it, not you, because you don't work till 5. Like weekends suck. So Friday you work the whole day. Saturday you're off. That's like the only day of the weekend.
Why do you have glitter on you?
I don't know, bro.
And then Sunday you got to go to bed early because you got to work the next day. So really, a weekend is only one day.
Yeah.
So I think I would. Would you do 3 weeks and get one off?
I'd rather work at this schedule. The schedule I'd like to work, and I used to have this when I was in college.
I wish I worked 4/4s.
See here
Or
we go.
4/10s,
So here
whatever.
we go. So here we go. I worked Sunday night because I worked overnight. So Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
You worked at Walmart or what?
Wednesday. No, I worked at
Whataburger.
I'll tell you in a second. So Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday morning, I'm off for 3 days. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, I'm off. That's the schedule I'd like to work now. But like it would be like 10 a.m. to like 8 p.m.
Mm.
That's what I'd like to do. I worked at a drug and alcohol rehab for teenagers.
Oh, nice.
So if LSU was a top 10 team, do you think they would have postponed this?
Hell no.
No, I think they would have.
You think so?
You think so? If it was, Alabama, LSU was ranked number 3. Let's say.
I think it's all about like
You think it was- you think it would be
narratives
postponed?
to like.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I think it's a bigger narrative to say this game is postponed, and then when it comes back, be like they're finally playing the game, like everybody tune in.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Alabama, LSU. Like if LSU, because LSU obviously bad year. They're not very
But then
good.
again, Nick Saban got to coach with the COVID, so
Apparently he beat it in 24 hours.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, why don't they? I mean, so none of these games that have been postponed in the SEC are top 25 games at all. Like
No, but
they're not top 25 matchups.
But here's a conflict for LSU. So LSU's had 2 games that were postponed,
LSU sucks.
and so no doubt. And so the date they're all supposed to redo this is December 12th, the week before the SEC championship. Well, that game has already been reserved for LSU Florida, and so I mean, what are they just going to say? Well, we're going to forfeit this Alabama game.
Well, just do it like they do in high school. They'll play on Monday and they'll play on.
Yeah, they've seen some
Friday.
adjustments. Yeah. But for this game, I mean, how do you tell Florida potentially you got to play LSU on the 12th, and then you got to turn around in a week and play Alabama in the SEC championship? But if they all win the rest of their games, that's a hell of an ask.
Well, I don't know. They said. Well, I mean, I know at the NFL level they were talking about adding a week, but I don't know if they've got room to do that.
They can't
at
do it in college because the bowl games start on the 20th, December 20th.
Well, there might have to be some adjustments made.
Yeah, the bowls for sure.
Yeah. An SEC game that hasn't been canceled so far, and I got to give this one a shout out because of our homie Wes is Arkansas and Florida. Arkansas 3-3, Florida 4-1. Florida, it's going to be at the Swamp.
Mm-hmm. I'm taking Arkansas with the points.
How many points is it?
17 and a half.
17
I'm
and a
taking
half?
that.
Wow, 17 and a half?
Right now.
Who's the Heisman front runner right now?
I think it's got to be Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Okay, well, is it Justin Fields because he's only played 2 games, 1 game?
Yeah, but they Clemson lost. That's kind of
right. So is Kyle Trask like a top 3?
Oh, the Florida quarterback?
I think he's the top 5. But the other contender is the BYU quarterback.
Oh yeah, I always see like YouTube videos on him.
I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but
what's his name? He also plays Sundays too for Taysom Hill.
Yeah,
he's probably still there.
so I mean, that kid's played. He started when the Big 12 and the SEC started.
Yeah,
they played an independent schedule. Granted, they're playing cupcake teams, but dude's balling. I mean, and he's putting up numbers like the way he should be against these lesser opponents. And
there's a chance. I mean, there's outside chance that BYU gets into the playoff.
Oh, I think A&M gonna slip in. I think it's gonna be Alabama A&M.
You don't think a undefeated BYU still gets in? Really?
They should have scheduled Texas. They would have gotten in.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck I think Cincinnati is going to go undefeated. I think BYU is going to go undefeated. I think Coastal Carolina Chanticleers are going to go undefeated. I mean, there's going to be 3 to 4 teams undefeated sitting on the outside.
Yeah, that's true.
Because A&M is going to sell. SEC sells.
Yeah. Wisconsin, you mentioned Wisconsin. They're supposed to play Michigan this weekend. Like, Michigan, golly.
I thought they were going to be good.
Bro.
After they beat Minnesota, I was like, oh, look, Michigan's back.
They have the #1 recruiting class for 2020.
Really?
I mean, they have 2021.
2021.
They have the #1 recruiting class.
Not if they don't have a head coach.
Bro.
Yeah. It might not have. I mean, they're just, talk about just slipping, man. I mean, they're 1-2 now. Michigan Wolverines, we're talking about. They can play Wisconsin Saturday in Ann Arbor.
If everybody plays, I think that could be a good game.
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I guess those are the 2 big games. There's a Pac-10 game, Oregon, Washington State, but we don't even really know anything about these Pac-10, Pac-12 teams because
like 4 weeks. We're not going to know anything.
Yeah,
they've played 1 game. It's like, all right, whatever. Arizona hasn't even played.
That USC-Arizona State game was good. I don't know if y'all watched any of that.
That kind of came down, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Notre Dame playing Boston College.
I've been an Ian Book fan for a long time. I like him a lot.
So, Heisman front runner?
I don't know if his stats are like that.
I don't. Yeah, he's a great winner. I just don't know if he can't. I don't think he keep up with.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a big difference. Like, because normally in the Heisman you try to go for the guy with the stats and the wins,
right?
And that's why it always is like the same few teams that make it. But I feel like this year you're going to kind of have to pick because the guy with the stats is not going to have the wins because the schedules are all jacked.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it'll be a weird. And then like the
award season in general will be really weird.
Yeah, and then the ceremony, there's going to be like there's not going to be a crowd.
It's all virtual.
It's going to be on Zoom, yeah.
It'll be on Zoom. Oh, man. All right, Recon Athlete, episode 124. Chris Sanchez, Paul Rodriguez, Zach Lucero. Shout out to everybody on the watch party. We do have some high school football playoffs happening this weekend. We'll talk about that here in a minute, but we'll start off with some games happening tomorrow night. Westlake versus Bowie. That's going to be on KBVO. Westlake's ranked number 3.
Yep, they moved up. So did Travis.
Round Rock, Vista Ridge, Maynard versus Weiss. Both those teams are 1-4. Man, Mustangs. Got so much talent out there. Round Rock, Vista Ridge.
Did that kid from Katy ever start playing?
No, that's what I was asking.
I haven't heard that he has yet.
Yeah, we haven't heard.
He was a senior, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's all the game. I mean, season's over.
Maybe he just moved for a coach. Maybe there's like a quarterback coach here. That's pretty good.
There are a couple.
Round Rock, Vista Ridge. What do y'all think about that game?
I think it'll be Vista. I think they're
really.
Yeah, I think they're definitely the next best team in the district.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride with that one too. I mean, I know what some of those schools have done to Vista Ridge. I know what Vandy did, but I don't think.
But it's really just been Vandy.
Yeah, I don't think Round Rock can keep up with scoring or shutting down those receivers and Kyle Brown for Vista Ridge.
Seth Ford committed to Permian Basin.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Brown is like his biggest offer is Permian Basin.
That is his biggest offer right now.
They could be they
Why?
could go to the same school.
Why?
Yeah.
Why is who?
Kyle Brown.
There
size.
could be a lot of things. Oh, I mean, I don't think it's a size. Him and Seth Ford are the same size.
Right.
Seth Ford has like 50 pounds on him easily.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, weight-wise, yeah. But for height, throwing ability, I don't think there's a difference. I mean, there's some things that, maybe he just hasn't had. Last year, Vista Ridge was down.
Mm-hmm.
Round Rock was really high. I think ever since Seth Ford's been there, they've been really high. And I just think maybe Kyle hasn't had the right exposure yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I mean, he keeps throwing the way he's throwing this year.
Yeah.
As soon as the season's over, and if he can make a push in the playoffs, if Vista Ridge gets in and makes a push, unfortunately, they're gonna have to match up against, 26-6A. So,
yeah.
I mean, that could be a rematch of Hayes and Vista Ridge, which Vista dominated Hayes in the first game of the year.
Yeah. Rouse versus Eastview also on Thursday night. And then you've got these playoff games here. You can check them out at reconathlete.com. So these bi-district playoff games, are these all on Thursday, Paul?
Yes, all those are on Thursday.
You got Uvalde versus Lampasas. That's going to be at Battling Billy Stadium at 7 o'clock in Fredericksburg. Jeronimo Navarro
Yeah.
versus Cuero. That's going to be at Johnson Stadium in Carn City. Yeah, right. Really? That
Yeah.
little bitty stadium
Dude, it's
in
super
Carnes,
small.
dude.
But that's a good medium. For
I
both
like.
of them.
Yeah,
They're both
yeah.
going to come like southwest a little bit. One
Yeah, yeah.
southeast, one southwest.
You go through Carn City when you're going through what? Going down to Corpus.
Corpus
Or
or the
Valley.
Valley. Depending on what highway you want to junction with.
Yeah, I knew a girl from Carn City.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burn it. She was cute. Burn it versus Bernie.
Bet she was.
Kelly Reeves. Oh, that's gonna be tomorrow night at Kelly Reeves.
Yeah, bro.
Burn it versus Bernie. So this is the Bulldogs versus the Greyhounds, right?
That's Bernie Champion, I think.
Oh, it's Bernie. No, right?
Maybe it is the
I
Greyhounds.
think they are the
I don't know.
Greyhounds.
What's
Yeah,
up.
Bernie?
I think Bernie Champion is something else.
I thought they're the Chargers.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah, that sounds right. You're right.
Okay, I don't know. Then Austin Achieve
Austin Achieve only has one win, I think.
versus Navasota.
They repping.
That's going to be in Rattler Stadium in Navasota.
That's going to be a dub for Navasota.
New Tech versus Giddings.
Yeah.
What's up, New Tech?
In the mix.
They're playing at Berry Field in Smithville at 7:30, and then Flatonia versus Ozona. That's at Comalander Stadium in San Antonio, Texas, at 7:30. That's all Thursday night games. Those are all playoff games. November 13th, that's Friday night games. Hutto versus Vandegrift. Zach Lucero.
It should be a big win for Vandegrift.
Right.
They have like stuff in play to get their manager like a touchdown in that game.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
That should be pretty cool.
Yeah, Vandegrift's got a manager with autism that they're going to set up to
Awesome.
have a touchdown play for him.
I don't
First game,
think,
first play of the game.
I don't think Hutto scores.
You don't think Hutto scores? Hey, I want to shout out to. Did we shout out to Snoop last week
Yeah, you
for
did.
his Vandegrift?
Saturday.
Oh, okay,
Mm-hmm.
for his Vandegrift call. I want to see what he says about. I wonder what his prognostication for this Hutto Vandegrift.
And then Vandegrift's next game,
What's up, Brett Cooley?
or maybe actually, so Thanksgiving weekend, Vandegrift plays Friday at 2.
Okay.
I don't think that's like written down anywhere. It's all getting jumbled up because of
Yeah,
the
there's a lot of mixing
the
going
Stony
on.
Point game.
If you find that out, will you throw it in the group?
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
All right, 11-5A Division 1. Got Leander versus Georgetown. Pfluger versus Cedar Park was postponed. And Anderson versus Hendrickson.
I think they've said when those Cedar Park games are getting made up.
12-5A Division 1. Mansfield Timberview versus Dripping Springs.
Yeah. On that Cedar Park Pflugerville game, it's November 30th.
Tiger Stadium Belton. McCollum versus Seguin. And you got Canyon versus Lehman.
Mm-hmm.
And then 13-5A Division 2, you got Cedar Creek versus Glen, Conley versus Bastrop, and Elgin and Brenham. And 14-5A Division 2, McCallum versus Northeast, Crockett and Travis, Navarro, and Marble Falls. ReconAthlete.com. Why do you have that here?
There is a bye week for the Lockhart Lions, and Lion Pride Sports Broadcast is going to be covering Marble Falls,
Navarro.
Austin Navarro.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Shout out to the Sarge.
Does Lockhart have any wins?
Happy Veterans Day, Sarge. By district, Centex playoffs. Lexington versus East Bernard. That's going to be at Cardinal Stadium, Columbus, 7 o'clock Sunday night. Got Smithville versus Wimberley. It's going to be in Smithville. Rockdale versus Columbus. Moorhead Stadium in Conroe at 7:30. Canyon Lake versus Lavernia, and Pleasanton versus LBJ. LBJ win?
Yeah, easily.
Think so.
Is that Canyon Lake Lavernia game? That might be good, right? No, that's La Vega that I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're thinking about La Vega.
Yeah.
So something interesting just to know, in a couple of weeks, the number 3 ranked Cal Allen Wildcats could potentially be facing off LBJ in the area. So that'll be the regional semifinals, and that's going to be one to watch because
San
whoever
Antonio probably.
Yeah, could be. So
Better
whoever
be
wins
Alabama.
that game is probably going to face off with Lampasas for the regional final for Region 4. And that would be the week of Thanksgiving.
Okay. Nice. All right.
I bet it's in San
It
Antonio.
has to be.
Snoop just got on the watch party. Snoop, we need a score for Hutto versus Vandegrift, since you almost nailed the one for Westwood Vandegrift last week. Tomorrow, I want to talk about this for a second. The Masters. You gonna watch Masters golf? You ever watch golf?
Nope.
You gonna watch them?
Yeah, I'm going to watch all of it. I'm not going to be up at 6, but, I mean, I'm going to watch the star pool that starts about 10:45. But Big Stick DeChambeau is going to be teeing off, I think, like at 6:40.
In the morning?
Dude, the times are. If I saw everything correctly, like it said 7:44 tea time
Eastern.
But I think that's Eastern, so that's
Yeah.
6:30, 6:44 our time.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, and I heard because of the way they're doing it this year, they're having to do earlier tee times, and they're actually having them tee off in two different.
It's like staggered.
Yeah, like usually at the Masters, everybody tees off on 1.
Oh,
Everybody does.
Okay.
And a lot of other tournaments, people tee off on 1 and 10. But at the Masters, it's usually just 1. Everybody goes out on 1. But this time, like they're going to do, and I guess they're doing it because of the smaller groupings, and so they're going to have 1 and 10. And then they've already talked about how it's totally different and how there's not going to be patrons there and blah blah blah. But I think
nobody's going to be there.
No, they're not going to have any. No patrons, but I still think it's going to be entertaining.
So what are they going to do for like crowd noise? They're going to have like little.
I mean, they just haven't had any crowd noises.
Funnel it in like they do at the pro football
games. No, they haven't. They haven't had any.
instead of 76 decibels, it's like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They haven't. See. Okay, here we go. Vandergrift 41, Hutto 7.
Okay.
That's the one. That's the. So he says they do score. Paul said Hutto doesn't score. So back to the Masters. DeChambeau is the favorite.
The heavyweight favorite.
Yeah, and just because the way Augusta's set up, it's not set up. It's not set up for players that can drive the ball 350 plus yards, like DeChambeau can. So that's why he's the favorite right now. But it's just like tee to green. Once he gets up there, like 150 in, can he make his approach shots? What's he going to be like when he gets around there? When he gets on there, he's going to be able to make his putts. As long as he does all that stuff, then yeah, he's going to be able to, win that. But I think John Rahm is a favorite as well. People are saying don't forget about Dustin Johnson.
Yeah.
Nobody is giving the 2019 champion Tiger Woods even a shot. A lot of people are even saying he might even make the cut this year.
I wonder what the odds are on him to make the cut.
I don't know about that.
I have to look it up.
I don't know what him to make the cut, but a lot of people are saying Tiger might not make the cut this year. So
I was looking at the weather for Augusta, Georgia, just to kind of see how the playing conditions will be. They're talking about like over 50% rain starting tonight, and then moving into tomorrow morning. Just trying to pull up the hourly. So the rain is already supposed to be starting now. And then by tea time, they're saying like 80% plus, maybe into the 90% as they get into the star groups about 10 o'clock. So if there's going to be heavy rain, that means that the fairways and the greens are going to be fast.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I'm just excited to see the Masters, and I've read one article. It was like, oh, they shouldn't even have the Masters this year. It's like, whatever, dude, shut up. It's just like clickbait. I was like, I don't even know why I should have clicked on this. So I'm excited. I know Stefano is. Shout out Stefano. He texted me a little while ago. He's asking me if I was going to get up early. I might. But if I get up early, I'll probably either go to the driving range or to the gym. So I did a little mitt work today. Shout out to Matt over at Richard Lords. He did some mitt work with me today. Killed me.
So I saw you got a new workout buddy.
Oh yeah, that's Richard's one of his dogs. So Richard Lord at his boxing gym is an open air gym, so he has his German Shepherd in his lab, just like walking around.
Yeah.
And so his German Shepherd's like 14 years old. That's a Chica, so she just kind of hangs out.
Okay.
And Sweet Pea, named after Sweet Pea Whitaker, Pernell Whitaker. Sweet Pea is the black lab, and he's like a year old, so he's still kind of like a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
And he will bring his ball up to you and like drop it at your feet, until you like kick it or throw it or whatever for him. So what I'll do there is I'll jump rope, do jump rope for like 3, you do for a round for 3 minutes, and he'll just sit there, like he'll drop the ball and he'll just lay there, and he knows like the rings, the bells, like he knows like there's a 30-second ring, and then there's when the round's over, he knows which one's which.
Okay.
Because they're two different sounds. So the 30-second one will go off, and he'll sit there, and then at the end of the round one will go off, he'll get up, because he knows that I'm done. And then
He's like, all right, you know the
he's like,
business.
yeah. He's like, I know you got 1 minute. I know you got 1 minute break. You can throw the ball. So, but yeah, I go over there. So Zach, you need to go to the gym with me, man. Learn how to box. You know how to
You
box?
teach me?
Yeah, I can teach you.
All right.
Yeah, we can do some stuff. Love to see Zach over there. Be awesome. All right. Anything else? Other topics as a sign? We want to mention anything? No.
No.
You didn't watch something on Netflix lately?
Oh, I started watching that show. You told me.
Oh, Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
I'm not done with it. I'm probably like 5 episodes in or so.
Well,
Maybe.
you like it then so
Yeah,
far?
it's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen it?
No, I've been watching Stand and Deliver though
The movie?
on Netflix.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Finger Man.
You the Finger Man?
Finger Man. You know what the Finger Man is?
You never seen Stand and Deliver?
Nope.
Shut up.
I've never seen it.
You didn't debate. They didn't make up. Well, I mean,
The
they didn't
Finger
make
Man.
you watch it in school. Can you count by 9? Can you do it, Chris?
Yeah, it's like was it 5? 9 times 5.
1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
40.
5. And like
9
like-
times
I don't know
eight.
what y'all
9
do.
times 8.
9 times 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's
81.
81. It's the Finger Man.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It only
cool.
works with 9.
It only works with 9s though.
Okay.
It does because I tried to do it the other way when I was like, how come it doesn't work with the other ones?
Yeah. It was a
Give him
finger.
10
That's why it was
10
called
digits.
the Finger Man. Anyways.
Oh, yeah.
You need to watch it. You need to watch that. You need to watch Blood In, Blood Out.
American Me.
American Me. You need to watch all those movies just so you can get some Barasa in you.
All right.
Steven just said that the kid needs to watch American Me.
I got you, Steven. I got you.
All right. Shout out Zach.
Yeah.
Words. Shout out to Paul.
Yeah, shout out to my grandparents. I'm going to see them this weekend. I haven't seen them since COVID. So, yeah, we're going to check it out, have fun, kick back. And I'm probably going to watch a lot of golf. Oh, I'm grilling tomorrow, so I'm going to have fun with that too.
What are you making? What's on the
I
menu?
think YouTube's down. It was earlier.
I'm going to make grilled chicken fajitas.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
there you go.
Yeah.
Word up. Oh, yeah. How do you season?
Oh, bro, I cheat and I buy the Mi Comida pre-seasoned, pre-tenderized.
Yes, I do the same thing. I don't use that, but I do the same thing with my chicken for sure. All right, I'm gonna shout out to God, shout out to my parents, shout out to everybody on the watch party, shout out to Snoop Daniel. Check out Flex ATX. Shout out to where do we find you again, Zach? On the radio?
What?
Like for the Vandergrift games.
Oh, it's normally on 1019.
1019?
Yeah.
Okay. You check out Zach doing the 101, doing the Vandergrift game on the sidelines on 1019. And who else do I want to shout out? Christ Market and Texas Point Outdoors. And I got to give you this thing, huh?
Yeah, apparently they need it for an event.
Okay, that's fine. All right. And shout out to Kalunga as well. Love you, Ron. And also shout out to all the veterans. All right, Paul, do your thing.
Yo, Chris and the Kid. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all enjoying the podcast, like, subscribe, and comment down below. And we'll see you on Saturday. We out.